Zippity bop bam, zippity bop bow. Hey everybody, welcome back to Karandrin Role Playing. This is episode 111 of Brise's Tale. My name is Kevin Manus Pinnings, also known as Cracked Palantir, and I will be your host and game master for this episode and all future ones. But yeah, it's episode 111 of Brise's Tale, and my good buddy Max is here as always to play Brise. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a good night. I can't wait till we get to episode 100, 117. So we'll be as old as Bilbo Baggins. 77th birthday. Did they get that right?
No, this is the one that is Bilbo's birthday.
Wait, is it? Is it? Oh,
it is.
What's 117? Okay, it's 111st. Yeah,
it's 111st.
Welcome to the Bilbo Baggins episode, everybody.
That's right. That's right. I can't tell you it'll be short, but it'll definitely have hairy feet in it. So
we're gonna go there and then back again. That's right.
Oh, don't you go there and back again. That's the African American hobbits, or I should say, hobbits of African descent, as there is no.
There's no the African diaspora.
That's right. So, so we were exploring the Iron Empress's temple. Max and I, prior to that, were exploring the issue of lost languages, languages that are fading as fewer and fewer speakers in the real world speak them. And we were just talking about all the vast number of languages on the Indian subcontinent for various and interesting reasons that, if you were our buddies, you would know about. But, you're just our viewing audience. And while we appreciate you, you're not a part of our lives.
Become our buddies by donating money.
And we become your Johns. We become your hoes, your fantasy hoes. So Max, why don't you catch us up? Give us a recap of what's going on, and then we'll dive into it.
We are almost done exploring the first floor of this 3-floor temple. 3 floors plus lower level. And last episode we encountered, we found something very interesting. These lizards, crystal lizards, who kind of shoot this crystalline substance that binds, will freeze something in place, have been scattered about this temple. And we found a large snake humanoid construct. I can't remember, did it have arms? I think it was kind of a snake.
The snake is purely a snake, although 12 to 15 feet long.
Yeah, so it was just a
foot in diameter
construct. Yeah, trapped in this crystal. Head was still free and actually ended up almost endangering. It did endanger me. It breathed poisonous gas, which I inhaled a little bit of. But I seemed to be okay. It cleared up after a little while, and I used my a magic item, which helped me out too. So the rest of and then we found an interesting room that there had been a lot of cave-ins, and one of them had a cave-in that ended up revealing a secret compartment in the floor, and we pulled out a little a chest and managed to unlock it and found some interesting documents, which we're going to go over maybe a little bit later tonight once Brise has some more downtime. Clearly somebody was trying to propose as a priest here because they were on the run from persecution within this very faith, actually. So we're learning more about some of the different subsects and differences in beliefs among the Iron Empress's believers. So, and then I think, then I rolled an 100 to open up a door, but forgot to declare a miracle roll. So that was fun at the end of the last episode. So yeah, we ended off one of the last rooms. I think we have another hallway to explore. I don't know if I missed anything, Kevin, that you want to highlight.
There was the matter of the
the
world stone.
Yes, yeah, I forgot about that too. So one of the other rooms we found was very, very strange. Have all these there had been rubble, but it had clearly been shaped into kind of like, I guess rectangular is what the word I'm
Right, very regular,
yeah,
about,
almost
I don't know,
bricks. Yeah,
4-foot cubes. The
right.
stones had been reshaped.
Stacked all around the room and with writing engraved in them, describing some wizard's efforts to try to build a world stone using the unstable portals in this temple. And we've encountered two unstable portals on this floor, and then one in the basement. But this writing alludes to another one on one of the upper floors. So very interesting development there. This was, I think, 1,840 years ago we have written down. So definitely this person is probably not alive, unfortunately, unless they're a necromancer.
That's right. Yeah, you see there on the stream, you can see down below Brise, you see that room where it has numerous blocks arranged around the room. And apparently this person had the ability to shape stone using their magical arts and sort of created for themselves sort of a way of taking notes with chalk
Yeah.
and wrote on these stones. And the gist of it is they were attracted to this temple because we know, and if you watch some of the earlier streams, you'll see that there are 3 different broken portals in this temple. And this person was attracted to the presence of those portals because they want to find a way to embed a portal onto the surface of
That's
stone.
Right. Yeah.
And eventually have all portals on this stone, maybe a stone the size you could hold in your hand, and then they'd be able to expand it, choose a portal, and walk through. It's going to be a 20-sided die or a 100-sided die or a 1,000-sided die of portals. And they call this object the World Stone, an object that Brise had heard referred to once, maybe in a bar, tavern, or adventurers guild. But there's no real, but she had nothing more than the name. And now here it appears again in this sort of strange set of notes written on these stones. But we know too that there is some sort of great iron being on the second floor, and there's no way Brise feels confident enough to go challenge that thing. And so she feels like she's done almost everything she can do. Here at the temple, once she's done, she may have a couple more rooms, I guess, and then you might take a stroll outside. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. We'll check out the gardens, I think, where we think the gardens would be.
Right. You stood over them, when you first met Galkakek.
Right.
And so there's this door directly in front of you that you can see. I'm gonna hop back over to the
I believe I budged it an inch, right?
Right.
Something.
Yeah, Quinn, we had to delay. Just something came up, and so we delayed tonight till tonight, and then we'll hopefully be back on a Wednesday schedule. We'll see how that goes, and then
and then there's Thanksgiving, so next week might do, I think, Tuesday, right?
Right, I think we are doing Tuesday next week to account for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, here we are. So
so let me hop back over to the map. If you'll keep an eye on the chat.
Nest.
And there we go. I can't remember if we rolled to see if this door was locked or not. Do you recall? Do you see in your notes?
Which one? The door to the outside or the door in front of me?
The door right in front of you.
No, it was open because I managed to open it a little bit, but then it got stuck on
I
something.
see. Okay.
And that's when I rolled. I just joked. I'm like, oh, let me just roll to see if I can open it. And then it was 100. And then
No,
yeah. So we'll I guess I didn't try to peer inside though, right? If I can how much can I see through like the kind of inch wide opening in the door?
stones, stones, and more stones. Yeah, these are really heavy stones that slam down. That room is pretty packed.
All right.
To make it to the outside, you're probably gonna have to go through one of those rooms. Remember, you followed that younger lizard out ages
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
You were able to climb out of there pretty easily, and then you could, excuse me, you could see you could see over the overgrown area that was probably one of their gardens, either like a walking garden or a functional garden in the sense that it's there to grow herbs or
Right.
food for the temple. Oh, excuse me, Gag. So,
All right. Well, then let's check out this door to the garden. Well, next Tuesday is Quinn's birthday. Well, great. Well, I will not wish you happy birthday right now, Quinn. I will wish
that's
you
right.
happy birthday on Tuesday.
We'll wait. Although, Quinn, I did see that your last gift is shipped today, so I hope you'll get it. I hope you'll get it on your birthday. That'd be great. That's crazy. So you go here. Let me hop back. What am I doing?
Man, what a great birthday. It's Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then Quinn's birthday.
I know. So
just buy all his birthday gifts like the day before.
That's right.
Here's a new couch. It was only $20.
That's so it's super cyber. Let's see if this will work. Yep, that works. This opens very easily. And there are certainly stones outside, but you can see light peering through.
Peering light.
And there's sort of a tunnel through these large stones that have been propped up. And as you kind of, punch through and scoot by, you actually make it out all the way to the garden. Now, I don't particularly have the garden drawn or anything. It is really nothing but an overgrown area, structurally speaking. So there's nothing sort of to draw, I guess, is my point.
We could learn so much about this culture from the way they structured their gardens, Kevin.
Well, you could come across crazy wild herbs growing over here.
Right.
That would probably please you plenty.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'll just kind of walk through the area, scope it out first.
So there are definitely smaller stones that have bounded all over this area. And so you're having to pick your way somewhat carefully, even through the foliage and the overgrowth.
This guy's backwards. I didn't put him on this way. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just readjusting. He was backwards.
That's funny. I was like, you should put him on top of your arm.
Oh, you think? That actually might make more sense. It's like kind of, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't fall off.
I thought he had a little grip to him.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't gone to the gym recently. I need to get him back on his diet, get him strong again.
That's ridiculous.
His grip is gone.
You're a terrible bunny father.
I need to take him with him rock climbing. Get his.
That's right. So, um, you recall the fairies you met ages ago.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, the Billborn Fae, right?
yes. Did
Yeah.
you get her name?
Yes, I actually had an X in it. I remember. Yeah. What was her name? Named Hallex. Hallex. Sorry.
She. It's you just feel that it's her. It's a weird sensation, but you see a being, a fey-like being, darting around above the rock slide, peering in and looking,
Hmm.
but clearly hesitant to enter. But you just have a certainty that it is her,
Hesitant to enter. What again? I'm sorry.
the temple. So they're hovering above the rock slide on
Right.
this northern thing, but they're hesitant to enter
Okay.
the they're hesitant to enter the structure itself.
All right. Well, I recall her saying her people are a little um, mistrustful of us humans. So I'll kind of make myself present and, maybe just wave at them. Try not to startle them. Um,
She flits down to you, um, and um,
Billborn. Two of the Billborn Baggins Fae.
that's right.
Sorry.
And she again um, addresses you in that strangely accented Thax,
Right.
and says to you, my village learned that the Crystal Mother had moved from the temple.
Oh, okay.
Why did that happen? My elders are concerned that you forced her out.
I say that I did. I found her a new home. It was just an hour north of here. A nice, comfortable, cozy cave. I just said I found her a new home so I could make the place safer for myself and others.
She left willingly.
Yes, no, and I add, yeah, she seemed very willing to leave, and took took some of her children with her.
You give your word to this. You did not harm her.
I did not harm her. This is true. Even though I wanted to harm one of her children, almost made me lose my knife.
Yeah. Almost stuck you in a temple forever.
Yep. I was cutting myself out of that for it felt like hours.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I just say, tell the truth.
I will take your message to my people.
Is this Hallex? Is this the same one?
It is absolutely.
Oh, okay. And I say, thank you. And I also, I apologize if I caused your kind concern by my goings on here.
Are we still to expect more of your kind here?
I say yes, thinking about. I know there's the race of tentacled beings, and they would like to see an envoy from us. So I say that I might be leaving soon, but I might return with more. um, in 2 weeks' time.
The curse is still upon you.
Hmm.
It is stronger, much stronger.
Oh, that's not good.
Roll for me.
21. Do I feel Volshad's curse, right? Do I feel like sicker or?
You don't.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'll tell her that I don't feel. You claim the curse is stronger, but I don't necessarily feel its effects anymore. What do you advise? I mean, I'm assuming you advise I leave this place to prevent it from getting worse.
The curse is unlike the magics of the temple. I would say it has been recast and strengthened. But if you do not feel it, it must have been more skillfully cast.
Kind of just roll to see if she is telling the truth.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me get 15.
You don't get a clear read on her, but it's hard
Yeah.
to think of a motive for her to lie.
Right. Well, another reason for me to leave this place earlier than I thought.
You've not revisited the place or person that is.
Oh, you know what? Well, sorry, let her finish.
You've not revisited the person or place that gave you the curse. You've not angered them in any way.
No. However, I did come across another one of their. I was exposed to some of their magic, right? I described the candle. There's a spirit candle this person creates, and I found one of them inside the temple, and was, I made sure not to interact with it, but I did. I did free the guy who was chained by it. So, I freed someone who was
bound
by this magical trap.
It would be the original cursed place or its creator, the creator of the curse itself, that would have to strengthen it. Items themselves that the person has handled or even created would not cause this.
So then could it be when I had the vision of the Iron Empress? Because that was after I talked to Hallex, I believe.
Roll for me.
But that was just a vision. 99.
What if she just really wants a very skilled paladin among her ranks?
Oh, man.
Like, you're useful alive, but why let you go after you die?
That's true. And I have been serving her in a way willingly this whole time.
And then she recasts it in such a way that you feel less of the ill effects of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So that you're not even thinking about it. And then when you die, you continue to serve her.
That is nefarious. I guess I don't know enough about curses to know if they can work in that way, right? Can you strengthen it but reduce the ill effects of it?
I mean, you have to assume. I mean, you've seen what your own. Just recently you had that excellent spell casting where you just really felt like you nailed it,
Yeah.
and it cost you no PowerPoints, which was a shock to you. It cost you no. It wasn't tiring at all. It didn't deplete any of your resources. And so you have to think that a really excellent casting of a curse might reduce the apparent negative effects while keeping the curse
That's
still.
interesting. Yeah. What if indeed full shadow? But then that would mean, according to what Hallex is saying, that I would have met Volshad at some point.
No, you don't have to meet Volshad. Volshad would just, if you, with your knowledge of spell casting, she probably would have to be within sight of you, right? So much of your spell casting
Right. Oh, I see. Not
sight.
met her, but I mean, she must have been in proximity to me without me knowing.
Right.
Oh my God. Oh, I don't like that. People casting spells on me without me. And preventing the ill effects. Oh man, I mean, knowing that kind of changes everything. I mean, I might want to get out of here as soon as I can, because I know I'm extremely upset by Volshad, posing as like a deity, basically.
Right. It really, that certainly just completely offends you, that whether real or not, whether you're gods or not, for anyone to pretend to be a god is such an offense. I mean, the utter audacity of it, just the gall, really, really disgusts you.
Okay.
And you remember too, I was looking at back in the notes when you first met Hallex, that there's an elven family that she's enslaved as undead.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that.
I saw my note to try to see if I can go back and help that family on the way back. If I don't choose to teleport back, but still, I might need to actually get back as soon as possible to prevent this curse from getting any worse. Okay, well, I tell Hallex that if that's the case, then she must have been in proximity, she must have been in proximity to me without me knowing.
Right.
And I will try to make it out of here as soon as I can. What time is it now? Is it the morning today? Oh shoot!
I'm trying to think.
This day has been 4 sessions. Late morning, early afternoon. No, it's okay. It was early afternoon before I found the construct, right? The crystallized construct.
Right, the crystal trapped,
right?
Crystal encrusted.
Right. So it's probably so it was early afternoon when I spoke with Bronvase, right? And then probably, I guess, mid-afternoon when I found the trapped construct. So what do we say? It's now mid to late afternoon? Or?
Yeah, I would say it's still mid-afternoon. You've probably got 2 to 3 hours of daylight before it dips below the mountains.
Right. Which, I mean, exploring in the building's already dark itself, doesn't make too much of a difference. But if I do want to get back to the keep today, okay.
Well,
I mean, I'll tell her.
Yeah, I mean, you probably would. I mean, you could do this loop of the garden, right? Just see if there's anything interest. Re-enter from the front, spend the night, and go. Um,
Okay.
but of course, if you're in a greater hurry, then tonight.
Mm. I mean, I'm just gonna Breeze being paranoid, just scan, my surroundings. Like, no one's watching us now, right? No one has eyes on us now.
Roll.
14.
No, nothing that.
Okay.
Nothing you can detect. Of course, you also have detect magics, or detection magics.
Right.
And you can also ask Hallex if she feels that you've
Oh,
been
that's right, because she can sense.
quite a
She
bit.
can see the connection between. I ask her, yeah. I mean, do you see the connection between us then? Me and the.
Yes, it is much stronger.
Okay, but is are they close? Do you know?
She follows some invisible line over the horizon. No, many miles distance.
Okay.
The human settlement, I think. It seems to lie in that direction.
Hmm. At the moment, okay. Hmm.
What do you want to do, sir?
Yeah, let's. I don't think of anything more to say to Hallex. So I think I'll let her go, and I'm going to finish exploring the gardens, and then, like you said, I think we'll kind of retire early into the library, just not take any risks for today.
She bids you goodbye, and she tells you that she'll convey your message to her people and urge them that you can be trusted.
Thank you.
Off she goes. Oh, do you want to offer her anything? They
Oh
like
yeah, sure.
offering of food.
Yeah, I'll offer her some of my rations, some of my whey bread.
Give them a meal's worth, maybe. That's probably enough to feed their village.
Right. This is enough to feed our whole country.
Exactly.
So generous.
Yes. Good old Brise, mother of fairy diabetes. It's
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Then the problem is now you have like thousands of like overpopulation of Fae, and it creates this whole like economic collapse. Like trickles up to like Volshad somehow. She's like, "What's happening?"
the Fey depression. Um,
Oh.
um, so yeah, so you retire.
Well, and
Sorry, you go through the garden.
yeah,
That's right. You find numerous instances, both large and small, of prey taken down by the six-legged lizards that fire the crystals to
right.
encase prey. You find a couple of benches that are just now their tops are visible, and there's just they're sinking into the ground. I mean, they've just been there so long. Swinging sort of down slope. There are evidence here and there of walls that are fairly low, so it suggests that it might have been either food or herbal gardens or both here. From your own temple experiences that some initiates will take over some little patch of land and maybe grow something that is a favorite food of a priest that's particularly close to them.
Right.
priest Eric likes rhubarb, and so I've grown a patch of rhubarb for him. And those are sometimes they're just suck up initiates, and sometimes they are very heartfelt
Right.
gestures. And you wouldn't be surprised on the far edges of this slope, wherever the garden ends, there probably were a series of tool sheds, maybe even stables. But there's no sign of that now. Just, as you sort of, stand on a higher vantage point and look around, those have long since collapsed. You make your way down slope. No sign of the strange, glowing, long-limbed creatures that you saw, a night or two ago.
Night, yeah.
And you cut back toward the front of the temple. And there, of course, you do have the enormous stack of books left to you by Galkakek.
I completely forgot about that. Oh my gosh. I need to transfer that back. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if I have enough. I wonder if I can teleport all those books, right? 1,000 pounds. I need to remember how many books there were. Might have to do that now.
I mean, it's like if you imagine a twin bed and you put an extra mattress on it, it's that many books.
Oh my gosh.
And so
I think that's more I can carry then.
But, do you do several teleports to your spot on the keep?
Yeah.
Hope it's not snowing. And then just do a couple of teleports and then ask for a wagon to, you feel like you've got enough pull now that, if you told a guard to do some minor task, they would do it, right? You're recognized now as a guest, specifically of, not a guest of a guest. You're the guest of Lady Meagrel.
Right.
And so no one is looking to upset you at all.
Right.
So, I mean, depending on how tired you are, you can consider doing that now, maybe.
Yeah, I was even thinking if I want to even risk another night here. Now I do have some preparations, right? So we have the books. I need to go to the one room, the meeting room, where there are those 4 pieces of armor, as well as that black, that uncanny black pearl.
Yes,
that I had left there. So I'm gonna go and fetch those and bring them back to the library.
Okay.
Make sure those are safely transferred.
Because you're going to have to ride out of here, but you could get at least all these goods loaded onto a wagon, and then you could begin making the journey out.
Yeah, so I was going to say, so I guess if I'm not going to, the 2 options, right, are to do multiple teleports to the keep.
Yeah.
Or to, I guess I shouldn't teleport from inside the temple, right? Is that what you're suggesting?
Or I don't know. I don't think you see any problem with that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it. I think you would want to do it away from the portals.
Oh, but I forgot about my horse. I'm so stupid. Of course, I'm here on my horse. Yeah, of course. So I need to teleport, bring the stuff to the keep, but then I need to ride out of here on my horse. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Even with a wagon, I mean, even if you took a wagon and brought it back.
Yeah, I mean, I was going through the wilderness. Like, yeah, it's not gonna.
That's rough. I rode in a wagon when I was a teenager. Rode in a wagon pulled by a tractor, driven by my grandfather. Mm-hmm. We were going to get this giant tree that had fell down in the woods because he wanted it for firewood, and God knows it couldn't just be left there to rot. We had to go get it. But that travel was so rough. And this is South Georgia. It's very flat land, but just just the nature of the woods.
Right.
There were moments where, had I not been holding on tightly, I would have not just fallen out of the cart. I would have been launched
Yeah.
out of the cart. I mean, we were suddenly at 45 degrees,
Oh my gosh.
suddenly. And,
It's for the firewood, my boy.
and yeah. And so, just one, that's not unlike how he talked, but hey there, Kevin. But, oh man, I was like, when that first one hit, I'm like, I have to hold on for dear life, or I
Wow.
could literally break a bone. And we got back. It was a huge tree, dude. It
Yeah,
was huge.
that was the original idea for Splash Mountain at Disney World, but they scrapped it and did the one
This
instead.
is deadly. What
Just go on a cart ride over
over South Georgia woods.
Oh my gosh.
But
Wow.
man, that was crazy. But
Okay, so then yeah, we'll gather everything. I'm going to, God, I'm afraid to put this pearl even like in my bag of holding, but I guess I have other magic items in there. It should be fine.
But look, if you're worried about it, leave it.
It's true. Like Breeze is super interested in magical items, but yeah, if it really unnerves her, it doesn't make sense for her to take it with her, even if it's worth a mithril,
Yeah, you're not interested in money that much. Two, you're not interested in losing other magic items because you are really interested in those.
Now, I am interested in lore though, and I would love to learn what this thing is, but man.
But maybe that one then stays here and you just take it with you on the ride.
Wait, sorry, you mean take the pearl with me? Oh, on the way back. Yeah, so it's on my person. Yeah.
So there's no magic interaction with it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea. I think that's safer.
Quinn just referenced a famous line from my grandfather. My grandfather had a 7th grade education, but he ran a timber company, founded and ran a timber company for years. And so in the early 90s, he and my grandmother came to live with us in their final years. And I was visiting from college, and I was seeing them, and they had my old room, in fact. And so I was leaving from a visit from grandmother, was walking down the hall, and grandfather pulled me aside, and he said, "Hey, Kevin, you think them scientists tried that there turpentine on that there AIDS?" And I said, "You know what, sir? I bet you they haven't. Because, man, back in his day, they put turpentine on open wounds. They would put turpentine. They make you sip some turpentine."
Oh my God. And he probably was just so like genuine about it too.
Oh, absolutely. That was a pretty damn good impression of how he asked. And I said, "I bet you they haven't, sir. I bet you they need to look into that. What are you going to do? Argue with him? No."
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So,
I always thought that was kind of an exaggeration. Like, oh yeah, they use this thing for everything back in the day.
They say, I've heard my Black friends talk about the African American community believe that about Vicks vapor rub, that you would eat it, and even stories by the famous African American author Alice Walker, I believe they reference using Vicks vapor rub, taking it as a cure-all.
Oh my God.
And so, but turpentine in in rural 40s Georgia, southern Georgia, that was the thing.
Crazy.
Yeah. And so, man, they would use it for anything. Rub it on your chest, but definitely on open wounds. I remember that then I never had any of that because Dad was far too educated.
Right.
But pretty fantastic. Yeah.
Well, maybe Brees will have to pick up some of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Okay. Right. So gathering all the goods and marking down, keeping the pearl separate. I'll keep that in the library. So I'm just going to try to see if I can teleport to the spot by the keep with, I guess, as many of these books that I can, right? Whichever whatever doesn't come with me, right? I guess that's exceeding my weight limit.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of conceive of what you think is 1,000 pounds
Yeah.
and
I
hold
don't
that
know.
in your
I mean,
mind.
if it is raining or something, I guess I'll have to want to put a tarp over them. Or if I bring, yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to cover them up. I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll take a bit of a risk. So
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, so we'll bring everything into. So I've got the books, I've got Nalani, and a mark down here. I've got some of these armors and other things.
I mean, you're pretty sure that, I mean, the books are going to be the majority of the 1,000 pounds.
Right.
If you get half the books, then the other half and everything else can go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I'm just making sure. Like, I'm looking through my inventory and double checking there was nothing I had like laying around. Right.
mm-hmm.
Everything's accounted for in either my bag of holding or something in my backpack. Bookcase of holding, climbing pick. There it is. Wall shield. Okay, I'm gonna mark these down. Wall shield, palette of sleeved chain shirt. Found a lot of great stuff. Okay, we got all marked down. So yeah, then we'll try our teleport.
Are you going to just cast it, or are you going to take time, focus?
Oh, of course, yeah. We'll take time to concentrate.
All righty.
Focus.
Using your quaff. Now, what is it that has?
No, the water skin.
Water skin.
Mm-hmm.
Using the water skin. All right. Roll it up.
Teleport 72.
Nice. And roll to aim.
17. Wrong mountain. Damn.
Yeah, it's not great. You are in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road.
Weather is clear and cool. No problems in terms of precipitation. You march to the up to the keep. Lady Meadraw's keep. I should use the old
finally return to the keep after like 15 episodes. What?
How many days has it been? Do you know?
Oh man, I'll need to scroll back and
probably not more than 4 or 5, right?
June 9th. I'm still in the still in the temple. And this is me at the 4 wells. So wait, no, June 7th, June 6th. June 6th, I'm traveling to the temple. June 5th, traveling to the temple. Man. And what is it, June 20th? Yeah, I think June 1st is when I set off for the temple, around that time. And right now it is the, you can see this guy. It's June 12th. It's been 12 days. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is a long time. Man, I've never camped for 12 days. That's for sure. That's a long, long trip. Okay.
But Brise has pooped in every corner of that temple.
Oh, absolutely. I've made it my territory. That's what I was lying to Hallex. Actually, I scared her away. She was like, "Oh my God, who's this threat?"
It's unhygienic. We keep stepping in human poop, and they track it everywhere. The kids do. This is disgusting.
She's like, "Man, the curse is getting stronger." I'm like, "That's not the curse, honey."
So you run up there. You bark orders that you need a wagon horsed and fetched. Tell them there's a load of books down on the slope. and wait for you,
Yes.
because you'll have some more gathered, um, and and then you hurry back down the slope. Make sure you erase your exhaustion, by the way,
Yeah.
and then um, roll to teleport back.
Right on. 8. Okay. All right.
Miracle roll.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, were there people around when I teleported?
No. You would have gone to your spot, right? So you
Right.
can't be
Alone.
observed.
Yeah. I mean, I'll deal with the fumble. It's okay.
All right. Well, let's just see. Uh,
What's the worst that could happen?
um,
Kralum reappears.
21 damage.
Oh my god. Ouch.
You briefly see the temple, and then you're snapped back.
Oh.
There's a burning sensation all around you, and you are thrown back onto the rocky ground of the slope of Mirgral's Keep. A very unusual misfire.
Yeah.
20 exhaustion.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, maybe I'll take a little rest. I'm at 45 exhaustion now, so maybe I'll rest up a bit before I try that again. Right here on the side of the road.
You regain 10.
Okay.
You hear the cart headed. You hear a cart leaving the keep. Are you ready to cast again?
Let's try it one more time.
All righty.
Boom. Okay, 3. Now time for a miracle roll.
Wow. All right. What's your miracle roll?
My miracle roll is that I succeed on the teleport perfectly.
Okay. Roll it up.
56. Okay. No. And that time I was using my channeling water skin as well, so the fumble might affect that. One of those days.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. 13 damage. 14 exhaustion loss.
Oh my gosh.
Your hands are tingling and numb. Your armor of patching just falls off of you.
My what falls off of me?
Your
the
armor of patching.
Right, okay.
It falls off of you. And you're like, how? And like you step out, like you step back, and you realize your feet can pass through the armor of patching.
Oh no. Oh no. I've made my armor useless. Now any weapon will pass right through it. What have I done?
Well, more to the point, you won't be able to put it on. It'll just fall off of you.
Even more so.
Unless, of course, it's you who can't touch anything.
Well, I mean, my clothes are, my other items are still on me. I guess I'll try to touch a nearby rock or the slope of the mountainside.
It is, you are solid. It has ceased being solid.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Um, Pinpricks of light appear on it. They fade, leaving holes,
Oh man.
and then it blows away as ash, but an ash that passes through everything. And your fear is, I mean, you can't help but thinking it, could it be the curse? Could it be the pearl? Could it,
Yeah.
not that you have it with you, but just
Right.
something?
What? Yeah. What could explain that magical effect? Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm pretty sure I've destroyed more magic items of my own volition than actually.
We had one chopped.
I did
But
one chopped, and then I also had the enchantment broken on one of my spears from the
right.
fireworm. Yeah.
Yeah. The stone eater.
Few have damaged, but they've been repaired. So
Right.
man, bad luck. Let me note that down. Leather patching vest is gone. Strike through. Strike through. Okay, well, I mean, gotta get back there. Got to just take my time, rest up a little more, and try third time's the charm.
All right, man. Do
So,
it.
boom, 66. There we go. That's good enough.
That's right. That's the deadly roll in
Yeah,
Rollmaster for criticals. That's right. All
it
right.
was a critical success this time.
That's right. Roll your aim.
Aiming is 83.
No problem. Back where you're supposed to be. Gather everything up other than your horse gear and your sort of general traveling gear, and of course the pearl.
Right.
And um,
Now, I mean, it's kind of late in the day, and I'm at 31 exhaustion. I think I probably actually will just spend the night here in the, where I'm sheltered in this library, right?
okay. So that if you're going to do that, then you would have told the cartman
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
to take it on up and load it into your main sitting room, right?
Um, well, no, because oh damn. Well, I didn't. When I fumbled the spell the second time, yeah, I would have done that. I'm sorry. I should have
No,
said.
no, it's fine. It's these sort of things that get skipped, and we just
Right,
handle.
right. So yeah, I would have after fumbling the spell the second time. I'm like, okay, look, just take it back. I'll be back in a few days.
Right.
And then do the successful teleport back to the library.
Right.
Back to the temple.
So, all right. So you made it back.
Okay.
And you,
Curiosity, how many books remain that I couldn't carry with me?
I mean, you got about half of them. So you're
Okay.
confident now that half in your gear, or the loot really, you should be able to take with you. So,
Okay.
So we'll put you in your room. We'll deal with what you do afterwards. And I'd say we just take a break for right now.
Yeah, I need a break. Brise needs a break.
Yes, and then we'll be back. So guys, just bear with us. And we were going to stretch our legs and so on and refill our drinks. And we will be right back with you. Hey, everybody. Thanks for waiting with us. There's our buddy Max. I told you he'd come back. Despite his better judgment, he is back with us. So,
You always act so surprised when it comes, like as if I'm going to run away.
well, yeah, I keep thinking you'll grow some common sense, but no.
I really want one of these days, like you're going to like bring me back on, and I'll be like, "Hello, wait, no, cancel the Uber." Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I forget to like. You realize I forget to flip you, to turn you off the screen, right?
Mhm.
Off the stream, and then so you make this big show of packing as rapidly as you can, and that would be so funny.
All right. Well, I just also looked up that patching leather vest was not only a great magic item, but it was plus 20 magic as well. Oh my gosh. So, well, I guess I'm now a little more nimble that it's not wearing it anymore. So it's a silver lining to everything.
That's right. That's right.
I was wearing 2 pieces of armor, which is a disadvantage. So
Yes,
now
not in the D&D sense, but yes, you definitely get penalized. So the so yeah, so you head back, and what do you want to spend your evening doing? Although you are pretty tired, but
I would I mean, read some more of these notes, right, from the one imposter priestess who is here. If Brise feels up to that, right?
so tell the audience, give them a little more. So this was someone trying to sniff out a heretic, right, hiding in the temple.
Oh, okay. Maybe we have different stories. I need to remember. So I thought it was a woman who was on the run from.
That's who this individual is trying to detect.
Okay, let me.
So because where you found is probably upper level initiates quarters. Is where you found. So it wouldn't be a priest or priestess.
Sorry, you're right. I shouldn't use it would be an initiate. Right. So they were letters accompanied by 2 fake documents of identity. Both the documents were of someone named Kedbrin. And the letters are addressed to someone named Kelbero, reporting goings on at the temple. And that, right, so this person was an agent trying to sniff out a heretic here who believes in this, who has this belief, this incorporeal, I guess they call it the corporeality issue. They believe a certain, some of the Iron Empress's servants, their snakes, must be incorporeal and travel through the world, not as a real solid being.
So this is
that is the cultist, right? That is the person who's
right. This is right. It's a issue of dogma within the faith, and the accepted line within this ancient pantheon is that the servants of the Iron Empress, when they happen to be snakes or giant serpents and things like this, that those are taken to be real physical beings, monsters we might call them. But there is apparently this splinter belief that says, well, why could she not use more ephemeral, transcendent beings that are snake-like and don't possess substance, more like spirit snakes and things like that. And that apparently is the corporeality issue within the faith. And so there is a priestess who is hiding her identity, serving at this temple. This initiate is undercover, trying to uncover this heretic who believes in the possibility of incorporeal beings. Now, You may say to me as a world builder, that is you, Max, and all our audience, that that's such a minor issue. How could that possibly be the thing? But I assure you, those sorts of very minor issues have split real life denominations. And really, actually, I have my story behind that is actually an issue between Adventist and Seventh-day Adventist, which I didn't know there were two different groups. But literally, the difference in their belief is that Seventh-day Adventists believe you're raised in the spirit, I think, at rapture, and Adventist, the minority group, they believe you're raised bodily, and they broke off from them.
Why don't we just wait and find out then?
I don't know what that's my thing is with all of that kind of stuff, especially end day stuff. Why argue about it? You're going to find out. That's like arguing about the weather. It'll be whatever it's going to be.
It is. Oh my gosh. It's the exact same thing.
I mean, if you're going to argue, at least argue about stuff you can change, like how I should
at least argue about incorporeal snakes. I mean, that's way cooler.
Right.
Honestly.
That was my nickname in college, by the way, the incorporeal snake, because it was so, never mind. I don't want to share that.
I was going to say, is it in? Yes.
Oh, you about to cost me a.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do
Not very old laptop. I was about to slip over.
Your screen just goes black, like oops.
Yeah. The last thing you see is sparks and smoke, and then so.
Well, thank you for explaining the issue, and it is very nuanced. So yeah, I mean, if Brise feels up to it, she'll read through more of the letters, try to piece together more details about what happened.
So sort of arranging them by date, you find, I need to read them from the bottom, of course, as they came in, they would just stack them on top. And so they're fairly organized. So you have to open them very gingerly. They are very fragile. A lot of the initial letters are just trying to piece together, who it has to be.
Wait, I just sorry to interrupt, but I just realized, so these are letters sent from the temple, or because they're describing goings on at the temple. I thought
they would be sent. Because it's only going to be, so basically you're inferring these are responses to letters.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
So you're having to infer
let me
the content.
edit my previous notes then. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you're having to infer the contents from the responses. Right. And so there's sort of this reasoning, back and forth as they try to talk out who it can be and who it can't be.
Right.
And so,
okay.
They are confident she is there is one of the big points that's iterated in the first and second letters. Despite, they say, her very nondescript appearance, like she's just very average looking, average height, average weight, and so on. There's also a very clear hatred of the dwarves that is referenced, like, she's of average height, not some tunnel crawler like a dwarf,
right?
But more, just really very offensive language to them. Of course, these are the lands that were conquered, that were dwarven at one time.
A really offensive name for a dwarf is a little person. It's,
oh, wow.
What a twist, right?
And so they they're confident she is there, although the real evidence that is not really mentioned. And you're like, she could hide anywhere. You're thinking, I mean, but maybe maybe the priestess is believed to, have a commitment to the gods that is so strong she doesn't want to ever leave the service.
It's also really curious, like how intently they are pursuing this person. You have obviously multiple days. Each letter probably takes maybe a week, to get to where it was delivered.
Right. And that assumes like an immediate response as well, like a big couple of days writing. So you go through reading that. You see that, they've begun ruling out people. I see in your letter of the 19th that I agree with your reasoning. It could not be this person or this person. Surely they would have insinuated themselves higher up in the hierarchy. So you're getting kind of tired, and there is a knock on your door, the door of the library.
Okay, so I do have a holy lock on that, thankfully.
Yeah, no one tried the door.
Right, but I'm just remembering. Yeah, so I did, and I guess if they're knocking, they must know someone's in here, right?
You got a light on. You're reading.
Oh yeah, duh. Okay, I call out. Well, I grab my spear first, and then call out. Who goes there?
Just a servant like yourself. I bring a thing promised to you by she whose temple you sleep in.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll spear still in hand. I'll go up to the door and
female voice, not young, not old.
Yeah. So I'll open the door, enough that I can see their face.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop. There it is. So, tall, relatively attractive high woman, still relatively young. That is, you would put her probably in her 60s. Remember that high women live
Right.
to be about 200. She's tall though. She's 6'3", so she's got. What are you? What's your height? Is that right at your height? Yeah, she's a little. You're 6'2", so she's a little taller than you.
I stand on my tippy toes.
That'll show her. Brown eyes, red hair with a touch of gray. She wears rags, and she carries a plain wooden staff, and there's a sort of a star carved at the tip of it. She leans heavily on it as though injured, as though with walking, some walking impediment. She gives you a fairly deep bow. She says, "My lady, our mistress has instructed me to give you this promised thing." And she hands over a very finely made girdle.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And she says, "It is with our wishes that you are kept safe from all dark forces by this gift." and she gives you like a gives you an eye, and kind of looks over you, and asks if you're feeling okay.
Okay. I respond truthfully. I just say, I am. I was feeling a little ill past few days, but have been feeling better. I'm not sure if that is her doing, her grace. Kind of add on.
Um, she says you feel you're over any illnesses. You said.
I say I feel like I've gotten better. Yes.
No fatigue. It is still quite damp in the hills as the snows melt. And lying around in old and dusty buildings, that can't help. But
What's
you're
my? Can I just get a general impression of her? Just,
yeah.
It's 81.
Yeah, there's something up with her.
Okay.
She is not all that she seems. Definitely. Roll again.
Sorry.
Roll again for me.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Hard to say what, but
I interrupt her and I say, where have you been living? I guess where have you come from? Right. These
I
wilderness.
forget. I've forgotten the name of it. But she gives you the name of the tiny human settlement in the village to the northeast.
Right. Okay.
She says you would be welcome there should you need respite. All of us there respect the work that you are doing. You would find only friends there, though we have little to offer.
I ask, how do I want to word this? So does the lady treat you as fairly and generously?
Well, I am not so great a servant as yourself, my lady, but generously enough for my meager gifts. Yes, I've known to heal the odd hunter with a cut, child with a cold.
Okay. I'm not sure I would get more information out of her. Not sure what else. I guess just what else would I ask her about?
Roll for me.
Okay. Well, 100 there. I had another question to ask, but let's let that resolve then.
No. Go ahead and ask your question.
I was going to ask if you have when's the last time you've seen seen the lady. Well, I guess is she talking? She's talking about Wanbray. So I ask, has Lady Wanbray appeared to you recently or spoken with you?
Oh, no. Merely for instructions such as tonight.
Okay.
I got these instructions this morning, and there the girdle was at the foot of my pallet on the floor.
Okay. So okay, interesting.
um, you um, you make this connection of, um, you're being toyed with, no doubt, uh, by Volshad in some manner,
Yeah.
because who sends a lone woman out
Right.
across a valley?
Right.
I mean, however well patrolled, right?
Or
I mean, they're
however
still
powerful
wild
she
animals.
is. Yeah.
You don't send them out because now it's the middle of the night now,
Right.
and she's going to have to sleep in the wilderness. She can't make it home in time. It's already dark.
No, yeah, let me ask her then. Do you
Well,
plan to what?
keep
Well,
how much, consider how much you'll learn versus how much you'll reveal. Always.
yeah,
And it may not matter.
well, no, I mean, it seems like she's just following instructions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, I mean, this temple is large enough for the both of us. If you, um, I don't, it would, if you think it's safer for you to stay here, you can, I wouldn't cross the valley again overnight. Um, basically, I'm trying, not offering, just concern for her safety is, I guess, what I'm saying.
I think, no, you think she's a part of it. Do you know
Really?
what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Like, there's something up with her. She's definitely not merely a servant. I mean, she is definitely a servant, but she's a knowing servant. You know what I mean? She knows that there's more going on.
Yeah, it's tricky to convey, but I think I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. She's clearly in the know to some degree. She's hiding something. She's not all that she seems.
Okay. Well, in that case, Breeze is just to be direct. It's like, what are you hiding from me? I sense, um, just be direct with it.
She reaches and pats your face very gently, and she's like, I see why she likes you so much. I see why you are among her chosen. Forthright, to the point. But the Lady Wanbray reveals things in her own way. And I am not here to tell her tale. Merely to deliver the gift. She begins to turn to go.
Damn. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how much. I feel like anything I say might reveal information. So I'm going to let her go then. Okay. Weird. Yeah. My first thought was, right, this is like a servant because obviously she can, Volshad, right, Wanbray in quotes, can appear to me in like dreams, but she can't like physically, right? She doesn't visit, or I guess she didn't feel the need to. So this person came. Okay. Damn, it's weird because with Rollmaster, there's so like anything's possible, right? I feel like I could make any decision, and I'm like, should I do anything, right? I think I shouldn't. I'm dealing with something very powerful here, and that
It is interesting. You're right. I think that's a good observation about Karandrin and about this style of play, because I've noticed it because it's a very open world. It's a very open, I don't want to say system even, because that really isn't the right word. It really doesn't apply here, but there are so many unknowns. and there's so many avenues to choose that sort of give players the sense that they should always do something. You know,
Right.
it's like with all these choices, shouldn't I just always act?
Right.
And sometimes no, it's best to hold your cards and just see what happens.
You know, I mean, I was thinking of asking more questions, but yeah, I feel like I would end up giving something away that I know who because Volshad doesn't know that I know that Wombre is Volshad.
Right. Right.
Right.
Volshad doesn't know that you know that she's pretending, that she's
Right.
imitating a god.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Although this woman has revealed that apparently now everybody in that little hamlet is a worshiper.
Right. Of the Iron Empress.
Mm-hmm.
But I was curious to even ask if they know. I mean, I guess, yeah, they wouldn't willingly work for Volshad, right? That seems very unusual.
Well, I mean,
to work for a necromancer, it makes more that Occam's razor. Right? It's simpler that she is worshiping Wombre and she's also fooled, or she is fooled, unlike
right.
me.
But like in terms of like convincing the others, right? She visits them in their dreams, however the hell she's doing that.
Yeah.
And convinces one or two, and then she got you this girdle, which as you hold in your hands,
Right. We should.
It's plus 30 RR versus.
Oh, I'm a believer, Kevin. Plus, you haven't even said to what yet. I just heard plus 30.
Versus demonic possession.
Wow. Okay.
It's minus 30 to all demonic attacks against you.
Wow.
And when you're possessed, you remain cognizant of everything you do. And once an hour, you can attempt to force the possession out, again, using that plus 30.
Wow, this is like amazing. It's an amazing item. Remain cognizant of my. It's an hour. Okay. Remind you also what a girdle is. Is that
so? It's the undergarment that goes around the midsection of a woman that you see them tightening,
right?
And so on. You won't need to tighten it. You just have it just so it doesn't slip over your hips and fall down.
Right.
You'll just have it that tight. You probably wear it under your shirt. You don't want to. A girdle exposed is considered inappropriate.
So is demon possession, I would say.
Incidentally, while we're on the topic, it's very finely made. I mean, it's very finely made.
Finely made girdle.
I mean, your guess is, this is probably lower level royalty kind of stuff. I mean, this would be something that, you would give not to a prince, say, but, that Lady Meagral probably would consider this an appropriate gift to her.
Right.
So just the craftsmanship in it, it's probably worth, you would put it in the range of 200 to 400 gold. It is very comfortable. Nice. You would think it would be nice to have like an underdress or an undershirt under it so that beneath it so it doesn't chafe. But it is made with such fine materials. It just feels wonderful against your skin.
Wow. Okay.
You want to stop her at all?
No. I'm just sorry. I'm reading Quinn's message. There were girdles for men too. They were all the rage for officers during the Civil War period. Good to know. Brise waits a couple thousand years. She'll be
Exactly.
Fine. Yeah, no, I'll let her go. I just kind of watch
Okay.
while she leaves. Yeah. And close the door. Okay. Is there
So,
any I guess touching the girl to right, I don't feel any effects other than what's there. Is it possible there could be some magic hidden on it, right? That would
well, yeah, touching the item immediately gave you knowledge of it, but that's
right.
not to say that there couldn't be. And so certainly, if you want to try to attune to get a deeper sense of any hidden properties, then that's the thing to do.
Yep, then let's do
But
that.
you're
Well,
certain of how confident are you in your attunement?
let's check.
Because if you're not very confident, then you probably want to take really, you really want to focus before you do it and so on, and just sort of really.
Attunement's good. I feel confident about it. I think what I'll do is I'll try to attune to it now, and then also maybe get it checked out at Mia Grall's keep, right? Maybe
Okay.
Determine the nature of it as well. So yeah, I'll try to attune to it.
All right, roll it up.
22.
No hidden properties, not even a whiff of them. There is what about your lore spells too, if you are particularly worried?
Where's my item lore? Is that, I think that's it's 10th level though. I guess I could cast it. It's from a tome, so it'd just be spending exhaustion. Feels the power and history of one item. Some magical items may resist. Oh, I should have. Grants plus 30 when attempting to attune. I should have cast. Well, that's all right. I didn't think about it. Well, yeah, we'll try to cast item lore. Why not? Because I am pretty concerned, given that I wasn't even able to perceive this curse increasing. Right.
Right. Why have I not moved your bonus there? I should do that real quick while we're on the stream.
I mean, yeah, it would be perfect for an invaluable magic item to have some property on it, right?
Right.
It would make too much sense.
Let me add this to your thing real quick. And do you have a magic item for scrolls?
I'm sorry. Do you mean like
the scroll skills, what you use? For
yes, I have a scroll case. Where is it? Metal scroll case. Wait, no, it's just a normal scroll case. What do I have that helps scrolls? I think I found a scroll case, but I not use it. Scroll of the scribe house. I did not take that.
Yeah, I don't have a star.
No, yeah, I don't have anything special for scrolls.
Okay. And what's your confidence with scrolls?
Beginner.
Yeah, so you might really take your time with this one then.
Right. Scrolls and tomes, right, are
the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
That's the same thing. I
yeah,
guess
no, I have cast item lore like twice before, so I know the casting, right? But yeah, no, I'll take my time for sure.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Roll it up.
Okay. One. Oh my God. This is such a bummer stream, man.
Jeez.
Well, I've destroyed my tome. I've destroyed the magic item, and I've taken 80 points of damage.
Yeah, you've taken a lot of damage from magical mishaps.
I've fumbled with spells way more than I've fumbled with weapons. I don't know if that's telling me something. I guess I cast more spells than I do wield weapons, though. So
Yeah, it's not good.
bummer.
Yeah. 25 damage.
Ow.
You are not feeling good.
Maybe, yeah. Given that I was exhaustion already, then maybe I shouldn't have tried casting that.
20 exhaustion gone.
Oh boy.
You are just coming to.
At 11 exhaustion, by the way.
Yeah. You so you've been moved. You don't know when it happened, but you're propped up against some gear in your bedroll.
Oh my god. Okay.
You're kind of you're sort of looking around. I mean, you're just not processing things. It feels familiar. You hear your horse. The numbness in your hands has returned from your last fumble.
Right. Okay.
And there's a fire. You know, there's a fire. It's definitely a fire. Not like all around, but there's a fire over there. It feels good. It's nice. Still, it's a little chilly tonight. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
All right. Let's go back to bed.
Good.
Good stream, everybody.
I mean, you wouldn't. You wouldn't burn a book, but whatever they need, right? I mean, that's fine.
Burn a book that costs like 300 gold.
And
most expensive.
And someone's busying about you. They seem irritated. They seem really mad. But they must have put you here.
Okay.
Oh, it's the lady with the staff. That's nice of her. She probably was in earshot for what happened. There's a breeze. I don't remember there being a breeze in this room. Not a breeze, but a breeze.
A breeze.
And you're like, someone should close the window. Oh, the windows are all broken. Shattered, really. That's not good. That's going to let in a breeze. Someone should do something about the windows. And you realize you're saying that out loud. And she comes over and she says, "Hush, you little fool, hush. You blew out the windows, hush." And she goes about.
My tome is on fire. Great.
And you're like, "Oh, hey. Yeah." And just little memory comes up, and you say out loud, "Hey, you know, Volshad's supposed to have red hair too. I remember reading about that." Can someone do something about the windows? Because it's really cold. And she like grabs your face really forcefully. She's like, "Be quiet. You'll be healed soon. Be quiet." And you're like, "You're Volshad."
Oh my god.
That's who you are.
Kevin, when am I going to regain consciousness? Please. I'm cringing inside. Oh my gosh. Did I just like turn it? Oh my god. I have no idea.
That was a bad fumble, man. If I'd rolled higher on the critical, that would have just taken your head off. Those are impact criticals that you get when you It's one of the criticals you can get from the spell. It's one of the worst ones. They are
Mm.
bad.
Well, you know, this all goes back to, like you said, as a game master, when you give me suggestions, I don't have to take them. And this is what happens when I take yours. You're like, do you want to cast item lore? I'm like, you're right, I do have that spell. Why not?
But you didn't. But now, in my defense, you really didn't cast it.
I did.
Not in any sense of the word did you cast that spell.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Is Nalani okay? At least, do I have enough wherewithal to look around and see if she's nearby?
Roll.
And my horse. 13. Okay. What is with my dice today? Oh my god.
Nalani and your horse are now one. They've been merged by the magical mishap.
They're now a griffin. Great.
So it's but with Nalani's original wing size. So I mean, there's 60 sets of wings, but it's not going to help. It's not.
Oh my god. Wow, this might be the worst fumble I've ever done. I mean, I've had somewhere I've been unconscious for days, but
What's so weird is, like, had you, I don't know, had it been 5 minutes, you know what I mean? But it was like 1.
Right.
And so she was still walking, and then she heard all the freaking windows blow out of the library. And she's like, what now? You know?
Oh my gosh. Thank you, NPC. His name I still don't know.
Oh, you know the name of the NPC. Hey, you have red hair. Volshot has red hair. I remember reading that.
Wait, it's her? Oh my god, dude. No way. Okay. All right. Well,
that's what she was hiding.
Okay. She came herself. Wow. Okay. Oh my god.
Roll for me.
56.
Not quite high enough to just sober you out of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I say, oh, but Volshot died? There's no way. Okay. I'm just taking notes. We'll see.
She leans into your face very closely. There is a real hardness now in her eyes and face. She said, do you have any brandy? Any spirits of any sort? And she's like patting you on the face.
No, I don't. On my person, I would not have carried any. I just, if I have enough consciousness, I say I have herbs, you know.
She just and turns away from you.
Brandy. I could go for a scotch myself.
Exactly.
It's got the peatiness to it. You ever talk to a scotch enjoyer and just count down until they talk about peatiness? That's what it's like, that peat taste, you know, the smokiness. It's like they're gonna mention it, they're gonna that peatiness. And
I generally have that issue with like all alcohol drinkers.
Right.
And because ultimately it eventually comes up that, well, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, now here's a neat thing. I don't acquire bad tasting shit. I just don't. Why? You know, Jim Jeffries says a bit about, you non-drinkers, you go, it tastes like shit. Yeah, but it's better than feeling your shit life, so we drink it.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh.
So,
okay.
I
mean,
let's just get this. So there's a sense of someone feeding you stew. Not stew, really soup.
I was just say, for a necromancer, you sure are kind. Start saying all sorts. Oh my god. Oh, wow.
So your wits kind of come about you.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a while.
Hmm.
You can tell they're so when you really get to it, you're like, God, was that all a dream? You
Right.
know, and then like you just continually eat the soup, and you're like, oh, of course it's not a dream. And there's like chopped wild onions
Yeah. Okay.
and wild carrots. Um, there's there's crumbles of your whey bread to thicken it in there and everything, and it's pretty tasty.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
there's a small pot with what's called the Civil War guys called it a spider, but it's basically the tripod that
Oh, right.
hangs the thing, and that
Right.
is over the fire of your tome that is just burning away.
That's hilarious.
It's just a bright flame.
When
You
you
have
turn lemons into lemonade, am I right?
that's right.
Turn a burning tome into soup.
But there's a splint holding your wrist
Oh my gosh.
firm on both sides. And when you try to move it, the numbness comes back, so you hold it still and you can cup the bowl just fine and drink.
Is my right arm or my left arm? Sorry.
Uh, it would be
Left arm is my hand.
your non-dominant. So your non-dominant is your right. You remember your chest hurting during your sort of confusion and loopiness, and that feels a lot better. Clearly bits of herb in your teeth. You remember her forcing something in your mouth and her actually working your jaw because you wouldn't chew.
Oh my gosh.
You remember her irritation. And you remember saying things that you shouldn't have said.
Yes.
And but yeah, she's relatively, attractive. She's tall, very lean, alarmingly so. And she's there's clearly a hardness to her, but I mean, so weird, right? Because like she literally is a good cook. Like, it's so weird,
Yeah. Especially for me, I'm very, very, very picky. Well, very picky with what I find good.
Yeah.
If I have enough, I mean, is she just there like watching me or waiting?
Gone.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow. I just wanted to ask why, like, because
why? What?
Why would she take care of me this
Roll
way?
for me.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm important to her. 94 somehow.
Because you are her in to me, a girl. You're important to her.
Even if she suspects that I know she might be a necromancer. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, she would. Wow.
So,
okay. Yeah. So she probably doesn't even think of me as a threat. Even if she knows that I know who she is, she's just like, okay, I'd rather have you as an asset. Huh.
Right. And so see, that she's Volshad. That doesn't mean that that she's been pretending to be Wanbray. She doesn't appear that way in your dreams.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you have recognized her as Volshad. So yes, now that Volshad's alive, and that she's operating somewhere, in the nation.
Oh, but you're right. I didn't reveal to her. Well, at least I don't think that I did that.
Right.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Wow. Man, this is such a weird role playing scenario. This evil necromancer visited me and took care of me, and I told them something I probably shouldn't have, but I don't exactly know what, and I'm still alive. Um, wow. Okay.
but you know what I like about this is one of the things I like about Karandrin, and I don't like to toot my own horn except in this area, and I don't mind it because I'm very proud of Karandrin, and that is, you know, I wouldn't have her do this unless it served her purposes. You know what I mean? But like, I'm like, I don't think she can just hope she's okay.
No, of course. Yeah.
She's got to go back and check. And yes, she's got patrols, but now you face the same vulnerabilities. All the windows are open now.
Right.
You know,
It's so weird because, again, going back to like Lord of the Rings, right? You never meet the evil guy till like the very end, and then it's clearly we're on opposite sides. But here it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can even like work against this woman now. Like she's literally saved my life. It's
yeah,
a
and,
weird moral quandary.
right. But you're not her enemy, right? People who stand in her way are her enemy,
It's true, and I have not yet stood in her way.
and you can't remotely stand in her way.
Right.
I mean, that's not true. I mean, you could just fucking ambush her and put a spear in her. I mean, that is possible.
Right. All I did so far is free one of her, candlestick slaves. But she
Right.
doesn't even know if that was me or something else. But okay. Interesting. Well, I think Quinn sums it up pretty well. His scotch might be peaty, but at least it doesn't destroy all his magic items. I've destroyed 2 extremely valuable magic items this session, both from fumbling spells. I think that's a good time to call it here.
That's reason enough to end this stream.
Do we want to do like the night rolls, or am I not tired? I don't even know.
Oh, I think given this, it's right at 9. I think we can call it, and then we could do that after the stream if you want, or you do it just begin the next stream that way.
Yeah, we'll just begin the next stream. I think that'll be
okay.
Next day.
So
yeah. Okay. Wow.
Crazy fun, that one. So guys, thanks for watching. We're going to be broadcasting next Tuesday. So I hope you will, I hope you'll follow us then. I know you have your own, traditions and so on and family events that you've got to contend with amidst all that. But hey, if you don't stick in for the live show, then give us a watch after Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be a very fun one as Brise pieces this together. Mm-hmm. So if you think we're doing a good job, and I think this episode and the last episode are pretty good evidence of that, then hop the donor box and send us a little love. If you want to hear more from Max, and I do think you want to do that, then visit his YouTube channel where he discusses the role of music and original soundtracks in video games. Thanks, as always, to Elliot Denobits for their terrific character art for Brise, which we will probably be using more now that we're out of a temple and ruins scenario. Yeah. If you want to find more of their work, and I think you want to do that as well, then hop to artstation.com/Tortolua. And hey, if you like my words, I've written a book of them, arranged in a story-like fashion. It's available on Amazon called A Shore Too Far. So I hope you hop over there and take a look at that as well. So thanks for everything, guys. And Max, say goodbye to the lovely people.
I mean, yeah, that was nothing short of thrilling, I have to say. I hope everyone felt the same. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good rest of your weekend, everybody.